Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are checking out Forgotten Words by Finana Ryugu. Now this is a new cover that came out not too long ago. One of you guys told me about it and I am more than excited to jump on in. Let's just get right on into things. In 3, 2, 1, play. Alright. Nice. Ooh, that style of singing, that like jump up high and that note right there, that reminds me so much of there's this anime called Requiem for the Phantom, and their opening, it's done by it's an opening called Karma, and it's done by Kokia. And it reminds me so much of that, just that style right there. This reminds me so much of Kokia. Or like Erutan. Ooh, that sounds so good. The way those keys mix into the strings there with the reverb vocals and they come up high, that sounds so good. This reminds me so much of, is this a Kokia song? One of you guys tell me below, or I'll probably just look it up after I finish recording this reaction. Is this a Kokia song? Because this definitely sounds like that style of music, or similar to like if you guys have ever heard Erutan and like the Willow Maid and songs like that. It's very much that folk like atmosphere, you know. It sounds so good. I love it so much. It's just that reverb surrounding the high-pitched voice, and then the acoustic instrumentation with the very treble-centric piano and the strings, and it's so beautiful. I love that atmosphere. And the vocal layering here. Oh, the orchestral introduction with the choral vocals. Nice. Nice. Listen to that brass. Oh, my voice is cracking. I'm getting way too excited. I listen to that brass accompaniment. Man, this brings me back to like, man, maybe like, oh man, like maybe my like, oh man, this brings me back years ago when I would just listen to like Erutan and like Kokia, and man, this really brings me back. This really sounds like a Kokia song. If this isn't a Kokia song, I need to learn about whatever band composed this, because this sounds amazing. I really, really like this. Man, I love, and those backing vocals on the up high. I mean, Finana is hitting those notes beautifully. It sounds amazing. Oh, nice. The flute accompaniment here. Nice. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, nice. I like how the mix is playing here, you know? We have these moments where we let the backing vocals come up, then we push them back down, we bring the strings up, we push them back down. It's this constant lull, and Man, I love the mix for this. This is beautiful. Oh, nice. That was an awesome impact there. With this little cymbal crash and straight into it. That was beautiful. Ooh, and the percussive. Man, I know I keep pausing, but the way those harmonies sound and the backing vocal being at the up high is a massive. That was an excellent decision. I love this so much. Oh man, the up high, those treble tonalities, especially now that we're getting those choral treble tonalities, having that new percussive track introduced as well is a perfect match because now we're getting more of those bass tonalities in, so the mix doesn't feel like we're just progressing higher and higher without any support. We're adding support into the mix along with that lift, and it matches beautifully. We've got this beautiful midtone. It sounds super well controlled. The pitch is amazing. The projection is right where it needs to be. Everything is perfect with this. Nice. And the choral lift. Those little flute trills. I know I keep pausing, but I have to talk about it. I love the way those sustains, you can hear from one line, we get the sustain, and then we get a little inflection into that sustain, it does a little run, and then as it's coming out of that run, it hits that next line in the main vocal, and it's just this constant lull back and forth between the main and the backing, even though we also have those choral supports, even though we also have the vocal layering now and then, it's still this beautiful constant cycle, and it's so satisfying to the ear. I really like this. And those flute trills. That's awesome. I love those percussives as well. Alright, big treble lift here. Nice. Are we gonna have a big build-up? No, we're gonna have a soft build-up. Okay. Nice, filling up the mix. Nice. Beautiful. Nice. Bringing out the chorals. Bringing them back down. Main vocal up. Ooh, nice. I was expecting the main vocal to come up where the backing vocals had been as we were pushing down the backing vocals and fading out on the instrumental, but instead we pushed down the backing vocals, we brought it up, but then we had the chorals a match on the main vocal there for more impact and more majesty into the moment there. That was excellent. Nice. And then we have the choral line sustain that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Instead of sustaining the monogatari and sustaining that, we have the chorals sustain off of that. We play off of that. So that way we're keeping that cycle. We're keeping that movement in the song without, feeling like it's dragged out or stagnant. We keep the movement through those choral lines that are overlaid with the main vocal sustaining there as the main vocal gets less and less present and the chorals become more and more. That's beautiful. I love that. Ooh, and the instrumental really pulsed there. Ooh, and then just the reverb straight into the calm again. Awesome. That was excellent. That was one of my favorites I've heard. I mean, Man, I need to check. Let me know in the comments below, but I'll also probably end up checking after I finish recording this who made the original composition for the song, because I loved that. But also, Finana there was amazing. She did everything she needed to. I mean, the projections were beautiful. I loved the harmonizations. I loved the choral voices. That must have been a absolute pain to record. That must have been an absolute pain to record. I can only imagine how many vocal lines she had to record for that. But that was beautiful. I loved that so much. That was awesome. I really, really liked that. I that reminds me so much of like Kokia, Erutan. I hope some of you recognize those names, because I listened to that quite a bit. So not so much Kokia. I only listened to a couple of songs from Kokia, but Erutan I used to listen to at least like a couple albums just over and over again. I loved that. That was awesome. That was right up my alley. Which is, some people might be a little surprised, since I'm a pretty big fan of metal music. If you've been following the channel for a while, you might know that I consider myself quite the metalhead, power metal, symphonic metal, I quite enjoy it. So it might be a bit of a surprise for you to find me so, attracted to a very calm and atmospheric song, but I absolutely love that. I mean, that folk aesthetic, the acoustics, it's so beautiful, and I love the way the vocal reverb plays into it. I mean, it just sounds so smooth and so cohesive, and it's just this constant rhythm to the song that keeps evolving, and it never feels stagnant even if it's slow. It's always so beautiful. I love it so much. So yeah, that was awesome. Thank you very much for suggesting this. I really, really liked that. I'm really glad I got to hear that. That was really, really good. I really enjoyed that. So yeah, I know I might have paused quite a bit and ranted a little bit, but I'll let me have my fun. I really enjoyed that. Thank you so much for recommending this, and as always, feel free to recommend more things for me to check out in the comments below. As well, please feel free to subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the reaction and if you want to see more. If not, that's fine. But I will see you all next time. Thank you so much.